Are you excited?
I'm excited. A few weeks ago, I did not think this would happen, and now it's happening. ASU, they're going to the first four yet again, the secondary tenants of the arena in Dayton, Ohio.
The secondary tenant? What is a tenant? Like
It's
what is the
something
origin
that
of tenant?
somebody that resides in a place.
ASU are in the first four. They're playing Nevada, the Wolfpack. A revenge game, so to speak, for Warren Washington. And I don't know why it would be a revenge game. I'm sure they enjoyed their time, Desmond Cambridge Jr. and Warren Washington. I'm sure they enjoyed their time in Nevada, but this is like a kind of matchup against some of their old teammates, I'm guessing.
Yeah, some of their former school. There's going to be storylines built into that, whether or not they want those storylines there. People in the media will talk about it, and the broadcast will probably say a matchup against their former school.
Yeah. So ASU, it was kind of surprising because we thought that they would possibly be in the East or the South, and so we had to sweat a little bit. Got to the third round of brackets until they finally announced that ASU would be playing against Nevada.
That is the most nerve-wracking part of Selection Sunday if you're a bubble team, is when you watch a region pass and the team that you're looking for is not making that region. And we had to sit through two of those, and that was nerve-wracking.
If you look at the Sun Devils' resume, I think they, it was nerve-wracking because of how they lost to U of A the other day.
Yep.
The final 4 minutes were terrible, honestly. But it's not for lack of trying. They obviously had played 3 days in a row at that point, so it's tough to have legs under yourself after playing 3 days in a row. But losing by 19 wasn't good for their resume, and thank goodness the committee didn't penalize them for losing by 19.
Yeah, for sure. And this is exactly what I said should be where they go on Friday after they lost to U of A by 19. I thought that their resume to this point equaled the first four, and that's where they are.
All right, let's talk about Nevada for a second. They finished the season on a 3-game losing streak. 22-10 was their record at the end of the season. They lost to a Wyoming team that's just not very good. They finished 9-22, and then they lost to UNLV, and then they went to play in the tournament in Vegas and lost in the first round of the tournament to San Jose State. Shout out to the Spartans. So Nevada is coming into this tournament losing 3 in a row. ASU won 2 of their last 3. Does that mean anything in a matchup where emotions are high in the NCAA tournament? A lot of seniors are playing. Does it mean anything?
I don't think so, just because it's not like ASU's coming in on this massive hot streak where they went on like a 10-2 stretch down the last few games of the season. They were kind of up and down basically in the entirety of when conference play started or started back in January, and then when up until the tournament. So I mean, yeah, Nevada's lost 3 games in a row, but I don't think that's like that ASU where they are and what they've done recently has anything to do with what's going to happen in this game. I feel like it'll be a tournament game. It'll be competitive. It'll be what we've seen out of tournament games of the past years and ones that ASU has played in.
Let's take a look at Nevada's statistics this year. Again, they are 22-10, so 2 games better than ASU, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
They've just played 2 less games.
Yeah.
So they're 22-10. ASU is 22-12.
Gerard Lucas, 17.3 points a game. He's their leading scorer. He shoots over 40% from the field. He's a 37% three-point shooter. Got to close out on those three-point shots. That's something that really killed ASU against Arizona. Blackshear, he's scoring 14.5 points a game, and he's shooting 44% from the field. So they got some good shooters on this team. They shoot over 44% overall as a team. So tough matchup for ASU because they don't do well against teams that shoot the ball pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't, but again, let's step back a little bit.
Sure.
This is a mid-major team that ASU is playing.
Okay.
It's probably an upper mid-major team. ASU should win this game. They aren't playing a Big Ten team. Rutgers, they aren't playing Rutgers. I would be much more scared of a Rutgers or, if Penn State had been put in the first four, one of those schools, I would have been way more scared of. Even an SEC team, I would have been more scared of. An ACC team. NC State, for some reason, got a first-round bye. So, I would have been much more scared of them. But, Nevada as well, it's not like they're out here beating up on really good teams. They're 4-5 against quad ones, 3-3 against quad twos. They've played 13 games against quad 3 opponents. So 13 of their 32 games this year are against quad 3 opponents, and then 3 against quad 4. So I'm not too worried about this matchup, but you never know in the NCAA tournament. We've learned that year in and year out. But ASU just needs to do what they do best, which is play defense, like crazy defense. The defense that we saw, the first 8, 10, 15 games of the season, that was when I thought they were at their peak defensively. And then, I'm going to say this, which is completely contrary to what I said the other day, but just keep shooting. Just keep shooting threes.
Yeah.
Keep shooting threes, because even if you shoot 29% from 3, if you make 10 threes, then you're probably going to win the game, even if you're 10 for 39. So keep shooting threes.
The contested threes are their go-to.
Yeah, but
they
again,
go in
sometimes they go in for this team, and we have seen recently that they've not had success down low. I would love to see Duke play more. Hopefully, they get Austin Nunez back for this game. That is what I am praying for.
Yeah, they need
because
him.
they need that
they
shooting.
Need the backup point guard.
They need shooting. Especially because I just don't know what you're gonna get out of Frankie Collins. He's been just such an up and down player. DJ Horn, you're not going to know what you're going to get out of that, but I know, I just am not, I don't think that this game is a game that ASU loses, but they've still got to take Nevada seriously, right?
I'm looking at similar opponents, right?
Yeah.
They played against Oregon this year. That's the only similar opponent that ASU and Nevada have. ASU won the first matchup against Oregon by, God, quick math, Jesse. That's 17.
There you go.
They won by 17, and then they lost to Oregon in the second matchup by 5. Nevada lost to Oregon by 13. So, I mean, there's the similar opponent. Do with that what you will.
Nevada, not that good.
You heard it here first. They did beat San Diego State in January 31st. They beat San Diego State by...
That was then, this is now.
Yeah, by 9. Obviously, we want to see ASU shoot the ball better. We want to see Nunez back. Another thing that we haven't talked about is post play. We need to see Warren Washington just go at the defense down low, finish at the hoop. It was not his tournament in the Pac-12 tournament, but this could be his time.
Yeah, and he's got to flush that. He's got to flush that and focus on this next one. And we want to see Warren Washington. I feel like the two, big men in the Valley that are probably the two most prominent big men in the Valley. You've got DeAndre Ayton, you've got Warren Washington. Sometimes you just want them to give a little bit more. And that's what I want to see out of Warren Washington. Just a little bit more aggressiveness.
He can do it.
A little bit more just, I have the ball in my hand, I'm going to go do something. Instead of, I have the ball in my hand, what do I do? That's what I want to see him dominate.
I'm interested to see it because specifically this is his former school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go out, take the ball, do your thing. Him and Dez, I want to see them just take initiative in this game. I know what to do against my former school.
Yeah,
I know.
sure.
I know this team in and out, and we can win this game and I'm gonna put it on my back, and I'm gonna do it. So that's the first matchup, and I hate to look ahead, right? But I want specifically
What would happen?
right.
What would happen?
Specifically, I want to look at the possibility of a GCU matchup in the round of 32.
It's gonna be tough.
I thought that would be so cool, but they have to beat Gonzaga, and ASU has to beat TCU, and they would have to beat Nevada.
Gonzaga are notorious frauds, though,
Oh, here we go.
and so they might lose because they're frauds. They never show up to March Madness like the team they were in the regular season,
And they weren't great in the regular season this year, even though they got a 3 seed.
and so they might show their fraudness.
How about Texas,
Coming up on
Texas Southern making the tournament?
yeah,
I just peeked.
makes that look like a better victory for or a better loss for Arizona State. But yeah, Gonzaga might show their fraudness and lose to GCU, and then play ASU in the
Round of 32.
round of 64.
Yeah.
Oh no, it'd be the round of 32. Correct. Yep. Be the round of
Also
32.
on their side of the West bracket, UCLA's there, just so you know. So that would be a Sweet 16 matchup if
Oh boy.
if ASU made it there.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I really like UCLA. I'm probably gonna put UCLA.
In your Final Four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Jesse's Final Four picks. Go.
My final 4 picks. Let's hold off. You can check out my bracket later. My bracket will be out later tonight. I do one serious bracket and I do my names bracket.
Do you flip a coin?
No.
Do you go by mascot who would win in a
Yes,
fight?
that's right.
Oh.
No, not who would win in a fight. It's
Why
just
not?
who has a better mascot. Which the Sun Devils will probably be my.
Well, you don't.
They'll at least
you
make the
don't-
Final Four, if not win
Okay,
it all.
here, hold on.
I love the Sun Devils
the
mascot.
Gonzaga Bulldogs, right?
Lame.
And then GCU Lopes, who would win in a
Oh.
fight? Which mascot would win in a fight?
It's interesting because the Lopes have horns,
Right. See, that's what I'm asking because that's how I do some of my brackets.
but a bulldog is a. I think I'm going with the Lopes though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sun Devils are beating the Wolf Pack.
Right. But will the
Sparky would just stomp on like the pack of wolves.
well,
and-
yeah, and he has sun, I would guess, in his spear, right?
Probably,
he
yeah.
has the heat of the sun in his spear.
Yeah, and he also just has the spear.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would go with that. But
We haven't talked.
but anyway, no, I want GCU to win, and I'm not the
Yeah,
biggest
no.
GCU guy in the world.
Scott Drew has done a great job with that team
Yeah.
this year.
I think it would be great for an
Bryce Drew,
ASU
sorry.
GCU matchup in the NCAA tournament. How electric would that be? How much would that ignite this entire valley? It would activate the valley. It would activate the valley, Kenny Dillingham.
We could activate the Valley just by playing GCU.
The whole valley would be activated. That'd be what everybody's paying attention to.
Do you think everybody would go to Sun Devil Stadium and watch the game on the big screen?
Maybe, yeah. And let the GCU fans in there. That'd be great.
No, that'd be fun. I
It'd be
believe
so fun.
this could happen
It could, because Gonzaga, frauds.
every time. He's just got to always go back to Gonzaga being
They're frauds. They're like Notre Dame football.
Anyway,
Frauds.
I want your predictions right now.
As I said, this shouldn't be that hard for ASU to get by. It seems like a lot of games are hard for
They
ASU.
shoot really well. They're a really good shooting team.
Yeah,
They shoot 45% from the field.
but their resume just doesn't impress me, Jeremy. I'll be fully transparent. I haven't watched too much Nevada basketball this year, but
them losing 3 in a row.
but
doesn't
them
impress
losing
you.
3 in a row. Their
ASU
resume of they've played. What was that? 15 times against quad threes, 13 times against quad threes.
But remember, ASU lost 2 in a row going into the Pac-12 tournament, and then they won 2 in a row.
Yeah, but they were playing USC and UCLA.
And then they beat USC.
Yeah, but like those are tough teams. They were playing. Nevada was playing teams in the Mountain West.
I'm just being devil's advocate here. No pun intended. Anyway, prediction, go.
Okay, ASU wins this one 70-64. Then they will move on to the next round.
70-64. So a 6-point game. Not bad. I think ASU
Yeah.
I think ASU pulls away in this one in the end, but I think it's really close. I think Nevada pulls out to a halftime lead. I think they're winning at halftime. One of those where they make a three at the buzzer at halftime that we've seen this year.
So you think Nevada's gonna win?
No, I think Nevada's gonna be up at halftime.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then I think ASU's going to storm back in the second half, make some adjustments. Bobby Hurley's going to get them going in the halftime locker room, and they'll come back and win.
That would scare me because we've seen the games where that happens this year, and then ASU starts really flat in the second half. I do not want that to happen. I do not want them to be down at the half. I'll be very worried if they're down at the half. And then I do think they'll beat TCU. I think they'll get to the round of 32. After that, I don't know.
TCU is struggling right now from what I hear. So it could be one of those where ASU is in the round of 32 playing against Gonzaga, and I know you're going to be like, Gonzaga's frauds, but like that.
I'll pick ASU in that game.
Nah, I know you would. But
what has Gonzaga ever done? What have they ever done? What have they got to, like 2 Final Fours? And they're this powerhouse.
Yeah, well.
Move to the Pac-12, Gonzaga.
Anyway,
play some real schools.
That's going to do it for this edition of State of the Sun Devils. Thank you so much for listening. ASU's in the tournament. They're going to the first... Not in the tournament. They're going to the first 4 in Dayton. Again, we're getting a timeshare there, right, Jesse?
Yeah, we probably should at this point.
Thank you so much, Jesse Morrison. I appreciate you coming in on your day off and doing this with me.
Enough of Mark Few, please.
Shout out Jake. We miss you.
He'll be back this week.
We'll see you soon.
He'll be back.
Activate the Valley.
Activate the Valley. GCU, ASU. That's what we want. That is what we want.